What's up, brother? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Let's get into it, guys. I am playing teacher today, and you are as well. You can go in the comment section and let me know, what is your overall draft grade for the Houston Texans in the 2024 NFL Draft? It is concluded, and now it's time for rest and recovery, but not so much for me. The Houston Texans still got a few months to go before they get the season underway, and right now we are going to give a draft letter grade for their draft class. Nick Caserio now, I believe this is his fourth year now doing these. My goodness gracious. We have came a long way from David Coley and Lovie Smith. If anybody saw me yesterday, appreciate you reaching out to me. I was at the Daily Sports Bar with Landry Locker, Cody Stutes, all of them. Ruben was also there, Mr. 713, Figgy Fig, John Lopez. Who else am I missing? Did I say Stutes? Yeah, Mike Meltzer was also there. No, Landry Locker's dad was there too. So again, anybody that reached out, saw me, hey, appreciate you. Go ahead and go down in the comment section. Say, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
The Houston Texans had a solid NFL draft class. It was all right. Overall, I gave it a B minus, and that's what I'm going to stick with. I gave it a B minus after day 2, and so today I'm going to give it a B minus overall. I think the Texans did well in this draft. They looked not only for today, but more so the future. That's what they were really looking for, and they got a lot of depth as well. We started off with Kamari last year, who was the pick at 42. We all know about it. They could have had Kool-Aid McKinstry. He came off the board at 41 with the Saints trading up. Who knows whether or not the Texans valued him that highly, if they were trying to get on the calls and trying to trade up, knowing Nick probably was. But regardless, the Texans felt comfortable enough to see what cornerback fell to them at 42. It just so happened to be Kamari last year, who's just an infectious ball of energy. I absolutely love him. He's a certified dog. He was barking as he was getting the draft call, his name across the television screen. He looks like a lot of fun. And I could see why he is a DeMeco Ryans guy. Moving forward, my favorite pick in this draft is going to be Kalen Bullock, the safety out of USC. I enjoyed it. I really did. They traded up. They were aggressive. They moved up 8 spots to get him at 78, and I'm a big fan of Kalen Bullock. I had him in one of my mock drafts as well. Deep high safety playmaker, guy could go after the ball. He's a big hitter as well. Has to get better at tackling, and that's the big thing for him, is he does have to get better at tackling. But something about that Pac-12 that DeMeco loves safeties, huh? Hopefully he turns out like Holafungo from the San Francisco 49ers. He was an all-pro safety. I would love to see that for Kalen Bullock. I love that his skill set is different than Jalen Petrie and Jimmy Ward, who both guys, they're almost similar players. They play better when they are closer to the ball, and they just don't seem like they are that kind of safety that can play that deep half safety role like Kalen Bullock can do. So big fan of that pick as well. And then, the one that really got some fans going excited about was Cade Stover, tight end out of Ohio State. The Houston Texans again decide to trade up one more time and go ahead and get Cade Stover and reunite him with C.J. Stroud. As we all know, this is a C.J. Stroud pick. We already know this. C.J. Stroud was also gushing about Kalen Bullock, but Cade Stover, and to have Sketch come out there, what's up, brother, and announce Cade Stover as the pick got me hyped. I was really excited about it. I was very happy they got themselves a really legit tight end, a guy that can not only block, solid blocker, solid receiving guy, not so bad value from where you got him at. The Houston Texans reunited. They get to continuity between him and C.J. Stroud. I have no problem with it whatsoever. And then you look at the tight end position group overall. Brevin Jordan, Tegan Cotoriano. Yes, Brevin Jordan showed some flashes for you last year, but there's got to be a lot more to that, right? And DeMeco Ryans didn't draft Brevin Jordan. You got to remember that. He didn't draft Brevin Jordan. He did not draft Tegan Cotoriano. Now, yes, Nick Caserio did, but, if that's not DeMeco's kind of guy, then hey, they're going to be moving on from those guys quickly unless they show something very special coming soon. But regardless, those are my three favorite picks. I think the two underrated ones are Jawar Jordan, running back out of Louisville. Lots of production there. He is a little bit older for a running back, 25, I believe he was, 24, 25 years old. But, I mean, my goodness, he fits the scheme in terms of a one-cut zone running back guy. He's going to be battling with Dameon Pierce for that running back too. Reason why I would have graded this a little bit higher, though, I wish they would have grabbed another running back. I looked at the Miami Dolphins. They grabbed Jalen Wright. They got Devon Achane. They got Raheem Mostert, and they drafted Jalen Wright out of Tennessee. I look at the San Francisco 49ers. They got the best running back in football, Christian McCaffrey. They got Mitchell, who they drafted just 2 years ago, I want to say, from a 6th-round pick. Played extremely well for them, just been injured. They get Isaac Guerrero, get aggressive and trade up for him. Houston Texans did not do that. They only added Jawar Jordan. I like Jordan. He got a 20.7 miles per hour in one of these tweets I was tweeting out. A bunch of Louisville Cardinal fans were loving that tweet and retweeting some good stuff about him. So I am high on him. I am excited to see what he can do at the next level. The second one is Marcus Harris out of Auburn, the defensive tackle, 6'2", 285. And I just liked the production that you got from him in the 7th round. Like, that's unheard of. He had 7 sacks for them last year, played very well. The Houston Texans could have got something, at least a really good depth piece, and that's solid to find in the 7th round. I have no problem with that pick. I actually like it a lot, and I think he's going to produce more than what he is supposed to as a 7th round pick. The head scratcher for me, and I think everyone, is the offensive tackle Blake Fisher. As terms of a player, and I will dissect this in 2 ways. In terms of a player, I think Blake Fisher has the potential to be your starting right tackle maybe soon. Who knows? But that's how much of I like him as a player and as a prospect. I think he's a very strong right tackle, played opposite of Joe Alt, who is a top 10 pick in this year's draft. Blake Fisher, they said if he stayed another year, could have been a 1st-round pick. Still raw, still needs to, learn some stuff as an offensive lineman, but you got Chris Strausser, your offensive line coach. To me, I think he is going to end up being one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL. He certainly had that good title attached to him last year with backups playing very well, and we had Austin Deculus playing well. So I am fully confident that he can transform Blake Fisher into a starting right tackle at some point for the Houston Texans. What happens to Titus Howard? That's a conversation for another video. With that being said, that was the head scratcher for me. It's why the grade goes down to a B-. Given that at 59, he grabbed a backup tackle. Now it just makes me wonder, okay, in relative to the board, if that was your best player available, I would have traded down. I would have looked somewhere else if that's how they were grading it. Trade down, get a few picks maybe this year. Hell, next year, who knows? But the Houston Texans did get better. They are looking for depth, and they are looking for the future. And in regards to the roster right now, this roster is pretty much set. It's loaded with talent. It is one of the best Texans rosters we have seen in many, many, many years. I'll say it, in a decade. This is the best roster we have seen in a decade, and they got themselves in store for hopefully a long playoff run. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.